Have you ever seen that viral clip from a nature documentary? A single penguin breaking away from its colony, waddling away from the life-giving ocean and heading straight for a vast, barren mountain range. The scientists watching were puzzled. They didn't see it as madness, but as a rare, tragic case of disorientation. The penguin's internal compass was broken. It was moving with purpose, but in the completely wrong direction. This powerful image has become a popular metaphor online for those moments when we, or even entire systems, keep pushing forward without a clear sense of where we're going. And lately, a lot of commentators have started using this very image to describe Canada's position in today's rapidly changing global economy. Let's be clear, Canada is not on the brink of collapse. The country isn't in a free fall, but it is standing at a critical crossroads, much like that penguin. On one side, you have the familiar path, the one that leads to the vast ocean of the United States economy. This relationship has been the bedrock of Canadian prosperity for decades, offering stability, massive scale, and a certain level of predictability. It's the known quantity, the safe harbor. On the other side, there's a different path, one that leads toward a horizon dotted with multiple destinations. This is the path of diversification. It's the idea of building stronger trade relationships with many different global partners, from Europe to Asia and beyond. The goal is to reduce Canada's heavy reliance on a single market and become more resilient to shocks from any one direction. This isn't just an abstract economic debate. Recent headlines about tariffs, supply chain disruptions, and intense geopolitical competition have made this choice feel more urgent than ever. When economic giants like the US or China use trade as a tool, deploying tariffs or restrictions to achieve their goals, middle-sized economies like Canada are caught in the middle. Every decision, every move has a ripple effect, not just on the economy, but on politics, society, and the daily lives of Canadians. So, like our disoriented penguin, the problem isn't a lack of movement. Canada is active, making decisions, and moving forward. The real question is whether the destination is clearly understood. Is the country walking toward the ocean or the mountains? Let's break down the two paths. The United States is, without a doubt, Canada's largest and most important trading partner. The two economies are deeply intertwined. Think about the integrated supply chains for cars, the shared energy grids, the cross-border flow of goods and people. This integration is a massive advantage. It provides a level of continuity and access that's unparalleled. But it's a double-edged sword. This deep connection also means that Canada is highly exposed to political shifts and policy changes that happen south of the border, things that are completely outside of its control. A new administration, a new trade policy, a new set of regulations in Washington can have immediate and profound impacts on Canada. Now, what about diversification? On paper, it's the perfect solution. It promises resilience, new opportunities for growth, and greater economic independence. But it's not a quick fix. Building new trade relationships is a long game. It requires immense patience, years of complex negotiations, and a very realistic understanding of what's possible. New markets in Asia or Europe are not going to replace the US market overnight, or even over a decade. They are supplementary, not substitutes. It's a strategy that requires significant investment of time and resources before the real benefits start to show. What makes this moment so particularly complex is the sheer level of global uncertainty. We're living in an era of shifting alliances, where today's friend might be tomorrow's competitor. Technological rivalries are redrawing the map of global industry. Political priorities are changing faster than ever. In this kind of environment, it's easy to misinterpret actions. A moment of hesitation can be seen as confusion. A cautious, measured approach can be mistaken for indecision. But this is where we need to look closer at the metaphor. Maybe that penguin's pause, if it had taken one, wouldn't have been a sign of weakness. Maybe it would have been a sign of strategy. The metaphor of the disoriented penguin isn't a prophecy of inevitable doom. It's a call for awareness. It's a warning about the danger of momentum without direction. When you're lost, the single most important thing you can do is stop, get your bearings, look at your surroundings, and recalibrate your compass. The same is true for nations. Sometimes, the bravest move isn't to keep marching forward at all costs, but to pause and reassess. Thoughtful adjustment isn't defeat. It's the key to getting back on the right path. So, what does this mean for Canada? The path forward probably won't be a single, dramatic U-turn. It's unlikely that Canada will suddenly abandon its relationship with the US, or, conversely, fully pivot to new markets all at once. The most likely, and perhaps wisest, course of action will be a series of careful, measured steps. It's a delicate balancing act. It's about blending tradition with adaptation, maintaining the security of old partnerships while embracing the flexibility of new ones, and asserting independence while recognizing the power of cooperation. The real lesson from that lonely penguin isn't about the tragedy of getting lost. It's about the vital importance of recognizing when you need guidance. It's about understanding that survival and prosperity depend on knowing which way you're going. In a world that is constantly moving, the strongest strategy isn't just blind movement. It is informed direction. Canada's march doesn't have to end in the barren mountains, lost in a fog of uncertainty. The journey can still lead to the ocean of prosperity, but only if the compass is checked, and checked often. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this perspective interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos exploring the big ideas shaping our world. See you next time.